Hopping and a bopping and a singing his song. All the little birds on Jaybird Street love to hear the robin go tweet, tweet, tweet. Rockin'
Hey
Robin, tweet,
friends, Andrea here, and I'm gonna show you my revival camp book. Illustrated Faith has summer camp going on right now. It's a 12-week course, an online workshop, and it's just all about revival. So we kind of are stepping it back to like a little retro kind of camping summer Girl Scout kind of feel. And everybody has just wowed me with how they're putting their books together and how they're tackling kind of just the setup of getting kind of just getting their little manual together. So I decided I needed something that I could add to, because what's happening with how the devotionals or the weekly prompts are being delivered is that they're being delivered each week. So we don't get them ahead of time. And I was really having trouble, binding my book and without all of the pieces. So that kind of gave me a different, it kind of put me on a different path as far as how I wanted to assemble my book. So I have this, and I'm not finished, but I have this, this handbook. It's a hardback journal from Dayspring and Illustrated Faith. And it's just this open journal, and it's got on each of these pages, it's got a verse. And so you're just, kind of meant to journal about that verse. And I had done a piece in this book, and then I kind of didn't really touch it after that. But I love the size and I love the concept. And so what I decided to do was to get some use out of it, because I figured what I could do is really customize it so that I could use it for revival camp. So the first thing I did was print all of my things. So I printed the word strips and the patches, and I actually printed a couple of the elements large, and then I also printed them small. So like, as you can see here, I've got this tag here in a large size and a small size, because I kind of figured that just depending on how much room I had, and that I kind of like to have choices, so I printed them small. And I also figured that it would be possible to use these in the future in my planner. So I'm just keeping my elements here in this little paper bag. And then I printed also I'm missing a piece. I also printed the field notes. So originally I was going to print them, or I did print a few of them front and back, so that I could assemble, the book all together and stitch it, and then have, the left side and the right side and the left side and the right side. But what I wanted was I wanted all of the devotional pieces in between, and I wasn't feeling comfortable with how I was going to do that. So I decided to make a lot of work for myself and do it this way instead. So the first thing I did was I took some white acrylic paint and I painted the craft color, because it's just this, it's the craft color here. So I painted it, and then I took a really damp paper towel and just kind of smushed it, because I didn't want the lines, the feathery lines, and so that it kind of just made it look a little bit more worn. And then I actually did print the cover originally, the green cover, but I cut the badge out instead and used it on the white, because I really liked how the stars and the moon popped off the white. And then I used a little feather and just glued it down, and then kind of ruffled up some of the edges. And I used a piece of washi that matched the background here, and then cut out one of my smaller versions of the year, the 2016, and then added a little heart to just kind of pull some of the pink down. Okay, and here's where it gets a little fun, but kind of confusing. So this is just a little beginnings of my opening. I think I want to stitch on this, because they don't really stick very well to the doily. And with the doily, what I did was I just took an olive green stamp pad and just inked it so that it wasn't white because I wanted it to stick off the white. And then I used one of these little paper clip, scrappy clip things that I made. And then here I'm going to end up covering this with the packing list. So the packing list that comes with the printables for the class, I'm going to put here just so I can pull some of that color in it. Plus it's such a cute design, so I don't want to miss out on that, but I haven't got there yet. So here is how I decided to do my book. So I have the first page here, and what I've done is so I did whiteout on the words, and then I pasted the page on top of that so that you can't see the words that were there before. And then I will use this side with the smaller badge. So I also printed the badges in a smaller size. And then what I did was I took like a little section, like maybe 5 or 6 pages, and grouped them together so that it made like a thick piece. And then I covered them with washi like Shauna did, because I thought, oh, that's awesome for being able to kind of keep them as one section. And then I used the small badge, and this is like my third kind of rendition of doing this, because I had originally used the bigger one and then it felt like it was too much. But I really just want to use them kind of as a little divider. So then on this side, when you flip it open, it'll be, and so you can see this one's really messed up, so I'm going to reprint these because I originally had it folded. So it was like half of the badge on one side and half on the other. But again, it still felt a little too busy, like it was too much. And here I think that once I get decorating and journaling, that it won't be as prominent, so it won't bother me as much. So then I just took the field notes and I trimmed them and just pasted them after I did some more whiteout. So you can see a little bit here, and I'll just do some decorating so it covers up some of this ripped paper, but not a big deal. But as you can see, I just did some whiteout and then covered it up. That way it's just, because I can just print these on regular copy paper and I don't have to print them on cardstock. My cardstock is a different white. It's not super bright, so as it would bug me. Could you see how it's kind of cream? That would really bother me, so I just printed it on the regular white copy paper, and that makes me feel better. Okay, and then what I did was the next page over, now this one I did slightly different, and I think this is how I'm going to do it on the next ones, is that instead of cutting, well actually the first one I folded. So I printed it like this on one page, and then I folded this side underneath so that it gave like an extra layer of white. But I think I like this better because you really can't see, once you white out, you can't see the text back there. So I was just afraid that one sheet of paper wouldn't cover up the words enough. So, but they do, and then this way I just laid it all the way across and then folded it, and kind of scored it. So then it's kind of clean and it looks like it's, kind of part of the book instead. So then I just glued it down, scored it, and did the same thing here with grabbing a section so that it's a bit thicker. And I put a little spine on it here with some washi, and then put the next tab divider just down slightly so that then when you get through, which I haven't finished, then you get through the next one and you open this up and it's the next section. So this will be week 2, and I put my little badge here, and then the next page would be Kavana, sorry. And I'll just do the same thing. And here I've got this wood grain. I seriously do not have olive green washi, which kind of surprised me. But so I found this wood grain that I had, and it worked. It's kind of cool. So the next thing I'll do is continue on, and I'll just go in order, because when you get the class, you can see the order in which the topics will come. So I'll just go, 4, 5, 6, and then my next section will go, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this should be easy enough for me to get started, and then that way I'll add all the field notes in those sections. So like here I won't be able to add the devotional page, but I will be able to go over here and add the field notes. So that way the only thing I need to do each week is just paste down the devotional. So I should be prepped and ready to go each time the week comes up. So what I haven't started is the actual devotional. So I felt like I needed to just kind of get a base for how I was going to approach it. And now I really feel like I can dig in. So I will make sure to link you guys to the class so that you can still buy it, because it is fantastic and super cute, and everybody loves summer camp. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that you find something good out of this camp and this class, and that you're able to connect and dive a little bit deeper into the Word and find all these different topics to be something that is super helpful to you. So we will talk really soon. Bye, guys.
Every little bird in the tall oak tree, the wise old owl, the big black crow, flap of their wings, sing and go, bird, go, rockin' robin, sweet, sweet, rock, rock, rockin' robin.